Is pain always the end of our story? Or could it be the beginning of something deeper? Now, imagine. Imagine a scar. At first, it looks like damage, of course. Something broken. But over time, it becomes proof that you survived. Imagine your voice. When you're exhausted, burned out, overwhelmed, hesitates, almost disappears, but somehow it comes back stronger and clearer. And now, based on this novel, imagine, imagine a simple bowl of me I am, eaten at the edge of the death, not luxurious, not perfect, but in the final moment, it becomes meaningful, deeply meaningful, a new language, a new beginning of your life. So tell me, after these three analogies, do you start to see what I'm trying to say? Well, respectable judges, honorable audiences, Fathul and today, I invite you to reflect on something very human: resilience after adversity, from burnout and trauma to post-traumatic growth. And I will guide you through this idea, not with heavy theories, but with life, with story, and with meaning. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with the scar. In psychology, trauma often seen as something that breaks us. But according to Richard Tedeschi, trauma can also become the starting point of post-traumatic growth, the conditions where individuals don't just recover, they transform. A scar is not same as the original skin, but it is the stronger. Burnout, emotional exhaustions, and pressures. Yeah, these are real battles many of us face. And yes, they hurt. But more importantly, they force us to confront our limits. They make us questioning how we manage our time, our energy, and our identity. The pain doesn't simply turn into strength. Yeah, it first turns into awareness. And from the awareness, growth become possible. Now, let's move to the voice. I am, as a linguistics student, based on psycholinguistics, of course, language is not just about grammar, it reflects the mind. Yeah, the mind. Noam Chomsky explains that language is deeply connected to our internal cognitive structure. When someone experiences trauma, their language changes. They may struggle to express, hesitates, or even fall silent. This is not random, it reflects disruptions in how thoughts are organized and processed. Research in language and cognition shows that when our mental state is overwhelmed, our ability to structure language also becomes fragmented. But as cognitive processing begins to recover, language slowly reorganizes itself. Yeah, words becomes clearer, sentences become more stable. So when your voice shakes, when your words feel broken, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means your mind is still working through something complex. And slowly, your voice becomes not just a tool for communications, but reflections of recovery. Well, ladies and gentlemen, finally, let's talk about new beginning, inspired by novel Seporsi mie ayam sebelum mati. We are reminded that meaning in life is not always found in the big achievements, but in small, deeply human moments. Psychologically, this connects with what Viktor Frankl called the search for meaning. Even in suffering, even in the darkest conditions, humans still seek for purpose. A simple meal eaten by the edge of life suddenly becomes profound. Why? Because after trauma, after burnout, we begin to appreciate what we once ignored. The ordinary becomes extraordinary. The small becomes significant. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, so what do we learn from the scar, the voice, and the bowl of me I am? We learn that adversity doesn't end us. It reshapes us. We learn that burnout doesn't mean failure. It is signal. It is a signal to rebuild. We learn that trauma doesn't erase meaning. It redirects it. But let me tell but let me be honest with you, there will be moments when you feel empty, when you're questioning everything, when you think you are not strong enough to continue. And in those moments, you might feel like giving up. So let me leave you with this. Resilience is not about never breaking. It's about breaking and choosing to grow anyway. Because at the end of the day, your scars tell your story. Your voice carries your healing. And your me I am reminds you that even the simplest things in life are worth living for. Thank you.